we thought that we would go out on the epic Nostradamus, and then with time, and that was probably going to be the last thing we did because we were gearing up for a farewell tour. We all agreed to retire. I actually didn't retire. I quit the band because my head wasn't in a good space because there was so many things happening. But I say that's kind of a long-winded story. It was essentially a fallout, whether I had some kind of breakdown, but lots of things were happening. We all agreed that we were going to retire and end the band. And so all as I wasn't doing was the farewell tour. Has it gone again?
No, you're there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So all I wasn't doing was the farewell tour, and my head just wasn't in the right place to do that. Even though a few months later I did change my mind, but that's another story. Right. So I was talking to Ian about the bass player about doing it, and I should do it. A friend of mine was saying, "Come on, KK, you've done everything else. If this is the last thing that Judas Priest are going to do, you've got to be there." And he was encouraging me, but I wasn't getting that from anywhere else, And then they released a press release saying that I retired, and it wasn't the case. I was just trying to leave amicably, and then I got even more angry because they announced to the press that I retired to look after my golf course, and that wasn't true, and that made me look bad with the fans. So I sent him my second letter saying, ignore everything in my first letter, because I felt I prostituted myself anyway, because I wasn't telling the truth. And so I told the truth in the second letter. But they used the first letter because it made it softer for them with the press. They didn't have to answer difficult questions. And that's what I've been annoyed about for 10 years. And I've felt the brunt of that with the fans. But anyway, so everything's moved on now, and I'm looking forward to a fantastic, can't wait to get on stage. We had some shows booked last year, and we had some shows booked the year before, but we're definitely going to be, got some great offers coming in for next year at least, guys. So we'll definitely be coming to your town.
Great.
Fantastic.
Well, did you take on it? You mentioned that it made you look bad to the fans. Did you take personally a lot of backlash? Because I can just speak as a fan and just tell you honestly, I never really thought of any of it as a bad thing. That you retired or left.
No, I think there's some reasons fans would have an understanding, but thinking looking after a golf course is more important than being a part of Judas Priest and continuing doing what I've always done, to those loyal fans, and they're absolutely right. I would be pissed off as well, but it wasn't the case. Rob did a world tour in 2010. I quit in December 2010, and he released 2 studio albums in the same 12 months. Lots of things were happening. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Then I was being, pressured to write an EP. An EP? We're not an EP band. I just said no.
Right.
Yeah.
I just said no. So, but like I say, I extended. I had a change of mind, and that offer wasn't taken up in the way that it should have been. So the rest is history, really.